Hi. This is a glamorous urban beekeeping video, so I have to climb up these ladder. It's gonna get dark for a minute. Can't see anything. I forgot my sunglasses. But going up that rail is black, dark, and then you're like, whew. So I gotta get you haul a bunch of junk up here. That's the garden. That's all the garden fork right there. Hi, it's me again. That's all the sugar water to feed them. This is a new bottom board. Well, a different bottom board because the one that's on there is broken. So today we have to clean up the dried sugar from the winter, and we're gonna reverse the supers. I might open up the entrance a little more. That's a very small entrance. The smaller the entrance, the easier it is to defend the hive. And if you've watched my bee videos, right over that hill, which is Greenwood Cemetery, a friend of mine has 15 hives. Bees will sense weakness in a hive, like this hive is, it's pretty robust, I think, but that might be a stronger hive over there, and they'll come rob all the honey out of here. So you have a small entrance, easier to defend that small entrance than a big entrance. I rarely use smoke. Today I got to take the whole hive apart, and it just becomes handy to have this. It's a little chaotic. They're going to be flying around, so here we go. I'm just going to crack this open and put some smoke in. So that hopefully masks a little bit of the alarm scent. This is the sugar feeder. This is like an upside down, it's like a cake pan now. All the boxes are going to sit on top of that, because if the queen falls out of the hive, she falls into here and not there where I'll step on her. Because I've almost stepped on a queen. And then once, when it was swarming, that's a great video. I actually saw the queen on the roof of the floor of the roof. I saw her land on the roof here, and I was about to pick her up. I took a quick picture of her, and then she took off. This queen was on the roof, and instead of grabbing her, because you want to grab her if the swarm's going on, I was like, oh, let me take a picture of her. And then she flew off, and I'm like, smartest beekeeper ever. Yeah. That's a beautiful thing. This is the dried sugar blocks we put in the winter. Previous video I think you saw, and we're going to take these out now because it's warm enough to feed them a liquid syrup. There isn't quite, maybe there's enough nectar out there right now, but I just want to make sure they get through the spring. But they're so quiet. I mean you hear a lot of urban noise, but these are some of the calmest bees I've ever worked with. It's just pretty cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna do the Eric famous method of, oh, now they're crawling on my hand. So, okay. Just gentle blowing. It is the middle of March, and what we're doing here is that the bees are already booming here. This is, I haven't got my bees through winter in a couple of years now, so, and I was bummed out last year because I was happy because I think I did everything right. I was on top of the mites. I was doing a lot of checking. Ooh, sugar, yum. To open the hive and find them alive, because in the middle of winter we opened it up to put the more of these sugar blocks in, and the top of this thing was dead, nothing. And I was like, we've lost another hive. We're gonna take out this spacer now because the spacer was in there for the sugar blocks. I've never been able to keep the smoker going. Well, now it is. But so I was just, every minute or so I puffed the thing, not at the hive, but just to keep it going. Man, is that heavy. That's still full of honey. These are some, oh, I forgot to take these out. This is some hop guard for varroa mite. Very calm so far, this is nice. There's a frame stuck. Between the two boxes, there's a frame glued to another frame. Let me show you. Can you see that? It's so bright, I don't know, because it's so dark in there. But this frame from the lower box is waxed into this upper box. So I gotta pop that down like that. Not as heavy, but still heavy. And you see I stagger them. I stagger them slightly to make it easier to lift them up. This is really light because it's the bottom box. Now looking in here, I don't see any larvae. Oh, I could just pull a frame out for you. So there's no eggs in here and no foods, a little bit of food. So we want this box to be on the top because bees work from the bottom up, allegedly. Yeah. So there is some pollen here and a little bit of honey. Can you hear that? They're a little agitated. You want to check the bottom for queen cells. If there are queen cells there, it means they're getting ready to swarm, which would be bad. This is a slatted rack. Some people use them, some people don't. It adds more space in the hive. I like it. This is the bottom of the hive, and this is what we're gonna switch out. This is a better bottom board. We got to remove this, it's called burr comb. So the hive, so this box sits on that board. So we line this up in the front and then put it down like that. I bet the queen is in there. Look at how they're all right there. I gotta get all that burr comb off of there. It's not much, it's okay. So I want to be real careful about putting my hand down here, because there are a bunch of bees under there. All right, time for some Advil. I did my exercises this morning, but man. So those are stacked. Now this goes here. Nice, huh? There's a lot of bees up on the top here, so I drive them off. This is the super that was separated from the queen. They're a little agitated, but yeah, they're connected again. So there's a bunch of bees in the feeder right here. When I pour the sugar in, they might drown, so I'm smoking the little entrance here. Oh wait. Learn from Eric. Put your cover on partially, like 3/4 of the way, because as soon as you open up, well, it's already happening. They're in this mess. Bees will come flying from different places. This is our sugar syrup. I reuse these Poland Springs are pretty good sugar water containers. I'm going to keep the small entrance in here. How cool is that? Huh? Or like the wide angle lens too. So yeah, there should be floating right here a video series of more bee videos if you're interested. I think that's what YouTube does now. They're always just changing they're moving the goalposts on you. Anyway, this is all good signs for hopefully a good nectar flow and honey crop. But fingers crossed, because they're bees, and bees don't read books. Jim Fisher told me that. It's a good one. All right, right there are the videos. You and I together. Make it a great day.